Hey everybody, welcome to our new setup. Welcome to Books, the JKM Library's book recommendation show. I'm Jocelyn Codner, the Reference and Outreach Librarian, and yes, we have a new setup. We have multiple new setups, so you'll be seeing some variety from here on out for this show. Some quick fun news. The library is going to be at the Student Engagement and Employment Fair on Wednesday, September 1st. If you're a student new to Chatham, or if you're just interested in stopping by our table, you can learn about all of the different ways the library can help you and also ways you can work at the library. That's right, we have student worker positions open and you can apply today. I'll put that link in the description. All right, let's get into the episode. This is our last episode highlighting our 2021 summer reading list. I figured 4 full episodes on the summer reading list was probably enough. You know, seems like a lot. I kind of feel like a broken record here, but just to go through it again, the summer reading list is something that the JKM Library puts out every summer as just a fun way to recommend books to our Chatham community. You can find the entire reading list at library.chatham.edu/summer-reading. We even have some ebooks on there too. So if you're a distance student and you can't actually come to the JKM Library to check out one of these books, you can also browse that list to look for ebooks to check out while you're at home. Starting today's episode, I am delighted to present to you a super weird book. Frankenstein in Baghdad by Ahmed Sadawi is like if Wes Anderson and Ari Aster got together to write a story. Oh my god. Man, this book is weird. I loved it. The plot follows 3 main characters: a junker and vagabond Hadi, an ambitious journalist Mahmoud, and a grieving mother Alishva. This is a very violent time in Baghdad. There are the threat of suicide bombs and gunfire every day. Civilians could regularly be caught in this violence, and it resulted in some pretty gruesome deaths. Hadi decides that he's going to take it upon himself to collect the scattered body parts of the dead. Yeah, scattered body parts. It's not pretty. I'm telling you, it's gross. With the goal of sewing these parts back together to create one full human corpse that can then be buried with dignity and honor. At least that's Hadi's logic. Hadi accomplishes this goal. He creates his own corpse of different body parts that he finds in the streets, and then he comes home one day after narrowly escaping a suicide bomber to find that his creation has disappeared. Shortly after Hadi's monster disappeared from his home, really weird murders and deaths and reports of a strange, scarred, scary-looking man start popping up all over Baghdad. These strange deaths start to pique the interest of Mahmoud, our ambitious journalist, who's heard Hadi speak about his hobby in the past, but never really took him seriously until now. Don't worry though, he gets on the case. Meanwhile, Alishva, our grieving mother, has started to tell her friends that her son Daniel, who went missing in action 20 years earlier, has finally come home. This book is packed full of action. It's full of dark magical realism, the brutalities of war and occupation, and also touching displays of humanity during a time of great trauma. Frankenstein in Baghdad was a finalist for the Man Booker International Prize, and it's a damn fine horror book, if I do say so myself. In fact, it's part of a program called Summer Scares, which is an initiative to get more horror books into libraries. I'm going to be offering some Summer Scares themed programming throughout the fall, so if you're someone who likes it a little spooky, make sure to keep your eye on the library's social media channels so you can see when those are happening. You can check out Frankenstein in Baghdad by Ahmed Sadawi from the JKM Library today. My second book today is The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek by Kim Michelle Richardson. This fascinating historical fiction takes place in the hills of Kentucky during the Great Depression. This is a sweeping and sweet tale that sheds light on 2 pretty amazing historical facts: the Blue People of Kentucky and the Packhorse Librarian Project, which was a WPA-sponsored initiative. We follow Cassie Mary, an infamous Blue, as she dedicatedly sees to her duties as a Packhorse librarian. Cassie Mary has visibly blue skin due to a genetic condition, and her life is full of the prejudices and struggles that come with extreme poverty and looking different from others. Her father desperately wants her to find a good husband and have a secure and happy life, but she just wants her library route. Girl, I get it. But her dad works a notoriously dangerous job in the mines, so it makes sense that he would want to see her secure in life before he's gone. Throughout the book, Richardson includes very real historical injustices done to miners and the fatal tactics that mining companies would use whenever miners would try to push back or go on strike or just stand up for themselves in any way. These were not good times for poor folks in Kentucky. Period. Many people, mostly children, were dying of starvation. People couldn't get adequate medical care in a timely manner or at all, and education was very sparse, which is why the Pack Horse Librarian program was so important. This project was critical in getting valuable information into the hands of those who most needed it during the Great Depression. These materials included recipes, homemade remedies for medical ailments, issues of popular mechanics so that folks could learn how to fix things themselves, and educational materials. The character of Cussy Mary actually teaches a lot of folks on her route how to read. Librarians believe that all people have the right to information, and we devote our careers to defending that right. Even if that means we have to pack up a mule with all the books, trudge through the Kentucky wilderness for hours, even days, maybe fall down a crevasse, our mule might break its leg, we might end up almost starved, we might fall in the snow, we might get attacked by a mountain lion, just so people can get their information. We do this for you. We live for this. So remember that the next time you find yourself struggling with research for a class. You can always make a one-on-one research appointment with a librarian to go over the different library resources that can help you find that information that you need. This book does touch on really difficult topics, but it has a happy ending, I promise. You can check out The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek by Kim Michelle Richardson today from the JKM Library. And speaking of getting you your books, have you heard of Easy Borrow? Easy Borrow is one of our 2 interlibrary loan services that you have access to. If you're looking for a physical book and we don't have it in the JKM library, chances are you'll be able to find it through Easy Borrow. The JKM library doesn't have a lot of textbooks in our collection, but if you're trying to save a little bit of money, you can search for your course materials through Easy Borrow and then borrow them from our partner libraries. Once you formally request your title through the Easy Borrow system, the book will be shipped to the JKM library on the Shadyside campus and you can pick it up right there. You then get to keep the book for the entire semester and drop it back off at the JKM library when you're done. I'll include a link to Easy Borrow and our other interlibrary loan services in the description below. And that's all for this episode of Books. Be sure to like and subscribe and check the description for important links. Sign up for our newsletter and follow us on Instagram at JKM Library and on Facebook at Chatham's Jenny King Mellon Library. Again, I'm Jocelyn, reminding you that if you have any question at all or if you need a little help, you can always ask a librarian. Until next time, happy reading.